Well, hello everyone. This is Linda right here on Main Street again, and I have a really special guest. I know I say that all the time, but I usually only pick on special guests, and then some of them are special guests. This is Joe Golda. Hi, Joe.
Hi, Linda. How are you today? Doing great?
I am really doing great. Listen, I really like to help the public. There's a lot of people thinking about what do I do, where do I start, what's happening. The market, of course, I think is going to be really good in the spring. We're getting a lot of listings that's listing their homes right now and spending the winter to get them ready. And we're grabbing photos right now of the exterior of some of them. That's going to have to cease once the weather breaks, I'm afraid. But still in all, we want to have our best foot forward when we start. So we work a lot with seniors and seniors, right? Mm-hmm. People of all ages, of course. You've worked for how long now doing organizing?
30 years.
That's a long time, and that's a lot of experience. She has patience beyond belief, and I think that's really good. And this is Joe's organizing right here, and she also does closets.
I do.
You do. Tell us about closets a little bit before we get started.
Well, my background is cleaning homes, and I always noticed that people had a struggle with storage.
Yes.
So they would like to put more clothes in, and the rods were at eye level, and to get double hang you doubled your space right away. Mm-hmm. So there was a lot of things that I could do for them. So mm-hmm. I became a distributor for organized living.
There's also another thing you can do. I'm always saying I don't have enough closets. Well, you've been in my home and done my closet, so you know what I'm talking about. It's not that I don't have enough closets. They're not organized. Mm-hmm. They're not organized enough. And then when you get them organized, I need you to come back once a year and reorganize. I can remember walking in there, and it was just something I hate to do. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I do change my clothes 2 and 3 times a day for events or whatever. And or I put them on and they don't look right or they don't fit. Right. So when you have all the whites together and all the blacks together and all the reds together, that really helps. So you do that kind of organizing too, right?
I do. But sometimes people organize differently.
Yes.
So I have to go and work with you a little bit. Okay. Because sometimes you don't like to be organized by color.
Okay.
You get more like category.
Okay.
So like workout clothes, business clothes,
yes.
Those things separate. So
your dress clothes,
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to walk with them and see.
Yeah,
and how tall they are.
That is
and their reach. And especially with seniors.
True.
They can't, bend over or things. So I put it at their height.
So that's really essential, isn't it, to be working with the organizer to find out what their needs are before you start.
Right.
Is that correct?
You cannot organize someone like yourself.
Okay.
I have to find out how they organize.
You broke it down for me too, where all of my dress clothes are upstairs in another closet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, your glam.
Yeah.
You got your glam.
Oh, the bling.
Oh, the bling.
Yeah. I mean, it does. It makes life easier for me, and that's one of the pleasures I serve for myself is to stay organized in that way.
You're busy.
You're
busy.
Yeah, we are busy, and I'm my great gratitude for that. Believe me. But let's start with the average homeowner, whether it's a 40-year-old, a 50, a 60, a 70-year-old. Now that you're partnering, when you have been partnering with us, but you're partnering with us on a little different level now. Mm-hmm. We're going to provide you to all of our sellers. And our buyers as well. If they're buying a new home, you actually could do the closets again. Suggest how that closet space could make the difference whether they buy the house or not.
Right.
And help them out. But let's go over to the seller a lot because that's who that we really need, not only organizing in closets, but the whole house needs to be organized. When you walk in that door and they're going, where do I start? What do you do, Joe?
Well, I do walk through first. I like to see exactly what areas they're struggling with. And then I find out where they're going. Are they already knowing where they're moving to? If it's a senior, it's going to be downsizing. So it's going to be a lot of stuff cannot move with them. Mm-hmm. And so then we make out a plan. I work hourly, and I usually bring another person with me. So if it's things that they're wanting to donate or discard, we'll get rid of it for them. I have a truck hauler that comes and we donate it to mostly Grace Centers of Hope, but whatever they want. Sometimes they want to take it with them, but to sell, you want to get it uncluttered. and you want to have as much space as possible.
Mhm.
That's the goal.
So all their treasures, you
all their
help
treasures
box
and
them
stuff,
up.
we'll box them up, we'll put it in a box somewhere else in the home.
Mhm.
And when you go take your pictures
Mhm.
for, the regular selling of the home, then those things will be out of the way.
Let's go back one more step, because we provide you for a minimum amount of time when we're listing a property. Let's talk about what comes with that first before the other. What do you do for us when we hire you through partnering to go to one of our listings and walk through the house? Is that preferably what you do?
Mostly walk through the house and then come with a game plan. Where do you
A
want us to
nice
start?
conversation.
Where do we want to start? What is your trigger? Is there too many clothes? Is there too many toys?
Mhm.
Is there too many gardening things? Is there too much? The basements are usually the catch-all.
Yes.
And that is usually the best place to start.
Yes, you've been in mine, and it was like a store, right?
It was beautiful. Your house, it was. We had so much fun at Linda Ray's basement. She has,
Well,
it was very
event
fun.
planning.
Well, event planning, yeah. So, festival of trees, it takes a lot of decorations.
Yeah, it
and
does.
different things.
It's
And when
like a
it's
store.
over, you have leftover decorations.
Yeah, so if you're having events out there and you don't have anything to use, call me, because I'd
and
like
some
to.
costumes. She's got
We
costumes.
could recycle, right? Yeah, it's good. But I think the whole thing too, I want them to know is we do provide her to come to your house for free. It's not, we pick up the cost of that, and you bring your pad and paper,
Mhm.
and you decide, correct me if I'm wrong, what things they can do and what things they cannot do. And then those are the things they could hire you for at a special time, right?
Correct.
And getting rid of the things, like you mentioned, Grace Center of Hope.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing, because you and Tim Crawford came over after my husband died, and I did not have to go through that. You came and you cleaned his closet, and you made sure they were recycled to something that was usable, right?
It was very hard to do.
Yes.
It was very humbling. Thank you for the trust in me to do that.
It was humbling but it was very helpful for me. And I've shared that with so many other people too. Some people like to just let those things linger, or stay with them themselves to do them, or work to do them themselves. But for me, it was really a great service, and I thank you for that, and Tim Crawford as well. But that is something I think that's very important, that they know that their treasures are going to be used somewhere for someone,
Right.
and not just tossed.
Mm-hmm. I get real creative, because sometimes even like someone has a collection of yarn. I found the yarn lady. And the yarn lady, she makes blankets for veterans.
Yeah.
And so I showed them a picture of the yarn lady with her blankets, and then they go, "Oh, I'm so happy to donate that."
Yeah.
So I try to find a story of where it's going,
Yeah.
and it helps people to get rid of things.
Do you remember you picked up some of my husband's shirts with me and so forth, and the lady up north made a quilt for the cabin up north out of his clothes too.
So beautiful.
That was nice. I want to throw that out there in case you haven't thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
It is remarkable to quilt. Yeah, it was great. So back to your list of what you want, so that the cost isn't so great. You offer them a list of what things that they might be able to handle themselves first, right?
Right, but we do have to work with them.
Yes.
Because I cannot tell what's treasure.
Mhm.
They could hold up a vase that is beautiful, and they go, "Oh, I don't need that."
Mhm.
They might have a little stuffed animal that looks all worn. And it's like, "Oh, that was..."
Yes. So the first thing I tell my brother and sister-in-laws up north, disposing of all the things that's in the house that they're selling up north, and the first thing I ask them to do is go in and take out everything they're going to keep. Do you do that? Do you ask them to tell you what they're going to keep and take with them? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. We tag things, that they're going to take.
But what else do you do to help them, Joe, to make sure that the move is really smooth?
Well, I arrange for everything, like the mover, of course, and we're partnering up with a mover here too.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so, but they bring the boxes, they bring all the wrapping, and bring all those supplies that they need. Mm-hmm. We bring stickers to say where it's going. And the biggest thing is getting that hauler to come and get it out of there. Because if I leave it there too long, they might go back through it. and pull some things out. And we don't want that. We want to get it out of there.
You have just a natural knack for that. It's almost like a God-given service.
We try to make it fun.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like.
But it takes more than that. It takes talent to.
It is, but to keep it moving, because people get emotional. It's very hard for them. It's difficult emotionally for that person to let go. And we try to make it fun. A gentleman was getting rid of his hat finally, and the wife was like, "Oh my God, I'm so glad you're finally getting rid of that." And so we put it in the garbage, but we did taps as we went down. We sang as we went, and I'd take pictures of someone kissing something goodbye. I mean, I tried to find. She might put her veil back on her head that she from 50 years ago wore. I mean, things like that. I try to find something.
That must make your day fun.
It's very fun. Yeah, Marshall had his box of Captain, I don't know, Magic or something, his decoder rings, and all that kind of stuff from what he bought. Box tops, when the cereal box tops, things like that. He still has it. I says, you need to take that with you because that was really important. But he showed me his ring that you could see around corners with, and so things like that. It's very fun.
And you have the patience for that.
It's very fun. And then you have the awards and things that people have, the accomplishments, and those things are being thrown away.
Oh, that's hard. Huh?
And it's very hard, especially if someone has passed away, and to go through those things, very difficult.
Okay, so Joe, I have joined OPC and I am just loving it. And we meet so many great people too, don't we? So that is some events that's coming up. And we're also continuing to have our seminars right here at 102 North Main Street here in Rochester at Real Estate One.
Seminars have been amazing. The education that comes through it and the people that are comments after, it's just amazing how much they appreciate.
So watch our website for that too, because we do have them periodically. And if you're thinking about buying or selling and you have a real estate need, we have partnered with so many people, our team, so that when we walk in that door to list your home or you're going to purchase one, we've got an answer and a person that we have vetted and we trust to take care of every ounce of information and needs that you have to make this move smoothly. I've just never seen any team ever do this because it is costly, but it's well worth it.
It's brilliant.
And
it's just brilliant.
And we provide it. So
it's brilliant. It'll move the process so much quicker and take the burden off of people. They don't know where to start.
We need to put our best foot forward, especially getting ready over the winter again. Don't forget that. She could come in, Joe could come in during the winter time, help you get all prepared and do it at a slower pace instead of in 2 weeks.
Yes.
We have financial help, the people that can talk with us and is on our team and our partnering as well that helps the buyers. And we have such a funnel of buyers. All of these seminars and so forth, all that we do, the marketing across state lines even, coming to Michigan, going out to a warmer state, whatever. We have such a funnel of buyers that's ready, and we're able to pick the most solid buyer, a lot of times even the cash buyer, or have a substantial amount down, and or that we just think is going to go to the closing table. And we actually look at who they're working with, if they're not working with us, and or their mortgage officer and their title company, to make sure that that deal is solid. The pitfalls, I can't believe what happens. Then, of course, we have Joe Dalla, which is Wills and Trust, that comes to most of our seminars and helps you with the questions on that, free as well. So that's a lot of service, guys. And then you have all of the Linda Ray team. And that team, if you go to our site, it'll explain why a team is so fantastic to work with. It's not like you're not going to know who you're working with, because I've heard that, but that's not true. You are going to have someone at your beck and call 24/7, 7 days a week. If somebody's sick, if somebody's out of pocket, if somebody's at a closing, guess what? Another professional right there is going to take over and make sure that there is no hiccups with your transaction. So, Joe, do you want to say anything else to our lovely clients out there?
I'm just ready to help anybody that needs help, and let's get started.
Let's get started.
Get this house ready for sale, and
Yeah,
Put it over to these people, they know what they're doing.
I think we've created something really wonderful, don't you?
Yeah.
So you have a good day. Hope to see you at one of our seminars. Watch our website. There's going to be starting posting the calendar of all of our wonderful events as well.
Lots of fun.
There's going to be a lot of fun events too. We get to meet not only so many new people, but a lot of our past clients too. So we can't wait to see you. Thanks and have a good day.